The key to being a saint is often a lot more simple than you think, my friend. The key is being you. You know, you don't have to be the next Saint Francis of Assisi. You don't have to be the next Saint Peter or the next Saint Padre Pio. Right? The first millennial saint, right, of our times, his name is Carlo Acutis, and his nickname is the Saint in the Blue Jeans. You know, and if you can have someone who is young like us, who wore blue jeans and tennis shoes and used the internet, right, to evangelize, to help others know God, to know about the Eucharistic miracles, right, then if he can be called the saint in the blue jeans, why can't you be called the saint in the baggy sweatpants, the saint in the basketball shorts, the saint who loved to paint, the saint who did the dishes, the saint who cooked meals for their family, my friend, the saint who escaped from lust, the saint who understood heartbreak, the saint who cried alone in secret, whose tears no one ever saw except God alone. The saint who suffered well, my friend, the saint who was never chosen, who was never understood, who was always alone, who battled with depression, the saint who had no friends. Right? Why can't you be that saint, my friend? Because whatever it is that you're good at, my friend, even if it is something as sad as it is, as suffering, right, as being alone, right? If all you can see good about you in this life, my friend, is all the negatives, then even that too can be an opportunity for you to be sanctified, my friend, as long as you offer that up to God. And I don't mean that in a light way at all. When we say offer up your pain, offer up your hunger, your sadness, whatever it is, to God, my friend, offer it up, offer it up. You know, I don't mean it in a light way at all. What I'm saying is that the key to being a saint is a lot more simple than you think. It's in the ordinary things that you do every single day that you can be on this journey to heaven, my friend, to holiness. I said this before, that the right path doesn't always feel right in the same way that holiness doesn't always fit the picture that we have in our minds about what holiness is supposed to look like. The reason we have the saints to look up to pray for us, to ask for their intercession, is not to look away from God, to idolize or worship humans instead of God, but to help us draw closer to Him by understanding the fact that there are so many different ways that we can all imitate Christ, but still in a way that is true to ourselves, where we don't have to abandon who we are, what makes us unique, what makes us different, right? Even among believers, even among loyal followers, right? We don't have to let that stop us where we all have to, you know, just be the same, right, in order to get to heaven, my friend. You can still imitate Christ, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, whether you're young or you're old, whether you're good at sports or you're not good at sports, whether you're good at studying, whether you're not, whether you understand theology or you're uneducated. Jesus's followers were so vastly different from each other. The apostles, my friend, the fishermen who were uneducated, who did hard labor, right? Then there's Matthew, who was a tax collector and who was obviously a lot smarter than that, right? And then you have Paul and Luke, you know, physicians and scholars, okay? And then you have, right, later on, right, all the early fathers who were, right, pioneers in monasticism, asceticism, giving up their worldly pleasures to live out in the deserts, into monasteries, to give their lives up, abandon the ways of the world in order to fully live for God, right? And in the same way, you don't have to always do these huge, drastic things. You don't have to fit any specific mold, my friend, in the way that you've been given, in the gifts that you have access to, right? Not in the ways that you can't, but in the ways that you can imitate Christ, my friend. He never asks you to do things that you can't do. Only things that you can do through Christ. Right? And in the end, all things can be done through Christ, obviously. Right? But in the ways that are made known to you, only to you, my friend, can you be a saint in the way that God has made you to. Right? And yeah, it can seem very difficult. It can seem very challenging at times when we think we have to do this next big, great, and amazing thing, where our life has to be this huge movie, right? This spectacle. Oftentimes, my friend, it's the little things that you do, as long as you do them with great care and intention, that actually make you so much greater in heaven than you see in this moment, my friend. And so, yeah, the key to being a saint is not to be like anyone else, my friend. The only one you have to be like is Christ. And in whatever ways you're being called to do that, my friend. Offer it up to God, yes. And in the end, you'll realize that He is using you, right, for a purpose so much greater than you can see in this moment. Right? And that's your reflection of Christ in the little things that you do. That's in this community that you're around, people who are in your life. You're going to have such a huge impact in their faith journey that you alone could never have done, my friend, if it wasn't for God. And in ways you're not going to be able to see. And oftentimes you won't realize that impact until, years or months later, when people tell you that they were inspired by you. Your faithfulness, your consistency, you bring God into every aspect of your life, even in the little things, my friend. And so, in the end, my friend, I hope you share in the same dream with me of being a saint. And I just want you to realize that this is the gift, the greatest gift that God has given each and every single one of us. Their free will to choose Him. Right? And with the ability, with the mind, with the soul, with our bodies, right? This gift in which we're able to receive God and to imitate Him. That's why the incarnation, that's why God becoming man, Jesus becoming flesh and bone and blood like us, my friend. It's such a glorious gift. He came and became like us so that we might become like Him. But yet, the beautiful thing is that there's so many different ways in which we can all become like Him, my friend. And so don't think you're limited to having to be a certain way. Don't think that sainthood is exclusive for only the people who go to church every single day, or who will go out and become monks. If that calls you, my friend, then pursue it. Try it out, right? Go and see. Go and live with them. And you'll see if that's for you or not. But if that's not, right, then you have to understand that you're just being called in a different way, my friend. And you're being called in a way that no one else will be able to fulfill except you. Don't lose faith, my friend. It is a process. It's going to be some time. You're not going to be able to understand it all at once. But in the end, pray that you will, my friend. Peace.